Hello. Today I wanted to talk about a very popular subject on social media, and that is credit card rewards points. If you're like me, you see a lot of financial people talking about how if you put all your purchases on your credit card in a year's time, you'll be flying first class for free, staying at luxury resorts, and it won't cost you anything. So, is that true? Well, it depends. If you have really small expenses, like I do, then even if you put every dollar that you're spending on there, it's going to take you a couple years to get a ticket pretty much anywhere. If you are spending tens of thousands of dollars each month, then yes, it's absolutely correct. The way that the points work is depending on your credit card and the points that they offer. They typically give you anywhere from 1 to 3% in rewards for every dollar that you spend. So for every $100 that you spend, depending on your card, if you've got a 1% card, you're going to get $1. If you've got a 2% card, you're going to get $2 for every 100. So you can see you'd have to spend a lot of money to get a lot of money in rewards. So another thing to keep in mind is that you have to have a high enough credit limit on the card to be able to charge things and to keep your balance at 10% or less. That's where you're going to have the highest credit score. And so if your credit score matters to you and you don't want to go over 10% credit utilization. So if you only have a $500 credit limit on your card, that card's not going to work. And this is why. If you have a $500 credit limit on your card, that means you can only spend 10% of that. That's $50. What kind of bills are you going to pay when if you go over $50, your credit utilization will be too high and it's going to ding your credit. You don't want to do this and ding your credit. So you need a credit card limit that matches your expenses for the month. And what I do, so that I don't end up paying any interest and it doesn't hurt my credit, is I don't pay the card once a month in full. I pay it as soon as those charges hit. I look at my credit card every day. When $50 pops up, I send $50 over to it and I pay it. I may be paying it every couple of days, but my balance never goes over the 10% mark. It really doesn't even carry a balance for more than a day. And you also want to keep an eye on the day that your credit card closes. You definitely want to have your balance paid off a few days before that, if at all possible. So those are my other tips on keeping your credit good. A lot of people run into trouble with these cards because they put everything on there and they forget that they have to pay it off in full each month. And the reason you have to pay it off in full each month is because if you don't, you're looking at anywhere from 14, 15, 20, 30% interest that's going to be on that balance. And you don't want to do that. This game, and it is a game, is not for people that carry a credit card balance. If you carry a credit card balance, don't worry about the rewards. Don't worry about putting anything on that card. Don't put anything on that card. Just get the card paid off. That is the most important thing. I have started buying things with the credit card that I have that has the highest points. The highest points I could find and qualify for was a USAA Eagle Navigator card. It gives me 2% on everything. I can either take the 2% in cash back and apply it towards my bill, or I can use it for travel or other things. There's a whole list of things that I can use it for, but I'm trying to get some travel. I'm hoping to retire next year, and travel sounds fun. I don't think I'll have enough points to travel anywhere. But you don't have to have the full amount in points in order to use it towards travel either. So if I have a third of it or half of it or any portion of it, I think I'll just use it. I've got another friend who got 100,000 free points when she signed up for an American Airlines card. And she travels all the time. And she never uses her points. And I asked her, I said, why do you keep paying for tickets when you could get free tickets with your points? And she keeps telling me she's saving them. She's saving them. She's saving them for a special trip. I said, but you're spending money on these other trips. Why not just use some of your points? She's like, I know I should. So you definitely want to use them. You want to get a card where you don't lose them. Most of them you don't lose them though. But that was something interesting that I noticed, is where people seem to get into the most trouble is using the card too much and not paying it off in full, or wanting to hoard the points and save them for some magical special trip, when really they're just like cash. I mean, why save the cash if you have it and not use it? So use your points. I do think it's still worthwhile as long as you can pay the card off in full. But don't lose sight that you don't want to be buying things just to buy them. So that is my quick little blurb on points. That's all I know so far. Last thing, watch out for cards that have blackout dates or require you to only buy airfare through their airline. American Airlines card is like that. You have to book an American Airlines trip. But if you have a generic card like I do with USAA doesn't make me go through Delta or US Airlines or American Airlines. I can use any airlines through their travel booking. So you do need to read the terms and conditions of whatever card that you're saving the points on and see what their restrictions are, if they have any blackout dates, and if they have any other parameters that you have to stay within in order to use the points, because they are all different. So, bye. Have a great week.